मङ्गलधामन् नमः शिवाय मन्त्रावयवा नमः शिवाय महिमविलोला नमः शिवाय मानातीता नमः शिवाय मुनिजनमान्या नमः शिवाय मोक्षोपाय नमः शिवाय यतिकुलनम्या नमः शिवाय यतिजनसेव्या नमः शिवाय लीलामूर्ते नमः शिवाय लोकसुरक्षा नमः शिवाय वरयोगीशा नमः शिवाय वर्णासाध्या नमः शिवाय विघ्नविघाता नमः शिवाय विद्यासदना नमः शिवाय विमलगुणाढ्या नमः शिवाय विश्वाराध्या नमः शिवाय शरणाधीना नमः शिवाय शान्ताधारा नमः शिवाय शाश्वतसत्या नमः शिवाय शुभभाण्डारा नमः शिवाय शोकाद्रिपवे नमः शिवाय सन्तततृप्ता नमः शिवाय सन्तापहरा नमः शिवाय सन्तोषमया नमः शिवाय संस्तुतिपात्रा नमः शिवाय सज्जनपोषक नमः शिवाय सदमलपूज्या नमः शिवाय सद्गुणशीला नमः शिवाय सद्रूपाङ्गा नमः शिवाय सरसामोदा नमः शिवाय सर्वशुभकरा नमः शिवाय सर्वाधारा नमः शिवाय साधुजननता नमः शिवाय सुखवारिणिधे नमः शिवाय सुगुणातिशया नमः शिवाय सुज्ञानिवरा नमः शिवाय सौन्दर्यनिधे नमः शिवाय सौख्यसमुद्रा नमः शिवाय सौम्यशरनिधे नमः शिवाय हृदयावासा नमः शिवाय हृदयावासा नमः शिवाय हृदयावासा नमः शिवाय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Let me offer my pranams to all of you. About 900 years before, there lived a great saint, Sakadesha Madarasa was his name. He was a king living in Andhra Pradesh. He was a king, but he did not take interest in ruling over the people. He loved music, spent hours in playing on instruments and singing beautiful songs. He was a great lover of nature, a great lover of God. For him, God was nothing but beauty, sweetness, joy, bliss, and vastness. He called God Sakalesha Deva, Sakaleshwara Deva. Sakala means this whole world, and Ishvara means one who looks after it, who keeps the world always beautiful, rich, and wonderful. Because God was light, God was beauty, and God was bliss for him. Here are trees, birds are singing, so many of them. For eyes there is a beauty, for ears there is sweetness. This is God. What makes our eyes filled with beauty, what makes our ears filled with sweetness, and what makes our mind calm, undisturbed, silent, and joy filled. That is God. Sakaleshwara Deva. There is light everywhere. Just to think, if there is no light, what would have happened? Suppose the sun doesn't rise, moon doesn't shine, stars do not twinkle. What would have happened of our life? The air is there, the light is there, therefore life is there. Life is related to the light. Where there is life, there is light, no darkness. Real life means light. A person lives, what does it mean? He lives joyfully, not weeping, crying, not just hating and doing nothing. This is not life. Life means movement. Life means joy. Life means colors and sweet songs. This was his philosophy. Sakalesha Madaras. Very wonderful person he was, and he loved very much. He wanted to feel the presence of the divine in his surrounding. Sakala. I need not go to the Himalayan mountain to see God. Man, God is there before you. If you close your eyes, He is there in your heart. Everywhere. Just learn to feel Him. Learn to feel Him. For example, here is cool air. You have nothing to do. You have nothing to do. Just enjoy the coolness of the air. Just enjoy it. You have nothing to do. It is there and you have to experience it. But what happens, a man is deeply involved in material things, in material, worldly things, money, house, sense joys, drinking, but he has no time to experience the sweetness of the nature, the wonderful divine beauty of the nature. And Sakalesha Madarsa said, if you want to feel God, just feel wherever you are. As you feel the coolness here, as you feel the movement of the cool air around you, so you have to feel the presence of the divine. Feel it now. This very moment, man, forget yourself in rejoicing in this world, the light and life. That is why we are here in this world. Light, life, they go together. To live means to see the light. Light within you, light without you. Light in the form of knowledge even. Jnana Prakash. Jnana means Prakash. It reveals the things. And you see the flowers. These are flowers. This is a knowledge. And they are beautiful. This is a knowledge. And it is light. If your mind is closed, you cannot see these things. If your mind is closed, you cannot see the beauty of the nature. Therefore, he said, Sakaleshwara Deva. God is there in the form of light man. He is the Lord of the whole world. And where is he? In you, in your heart, in your eyes, in your ears, everywhere. Because he is Deva light. The light is there. And this is the visible form of God. When you close your eyes, there is a light of knowledge within you that is inside form of God. God is in the form of knowledge. And when your mind is calm and quiet, God is there in your heart in the form of calmness. Calmness. Just to see the philosophy that he thought of. Very beautiful philosophy. It is simple, very simple. He says, he has said so many vachanas. And those vachanas, those sayings are full of meaning. Simple, but full of meaning. Jyoti muttida Bhattiyalla Jyotiyapudaya. Just to see the beauty of that sentence. Jyoti muttida Bhattiyalla Jyotiyapudaya. ಸಾಗರವ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ನದಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಗರವಪ್ಪವಯ್ಯ. ಪ್ರಸಾದವ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಸಾದವಪ್ಪವಯ್ಯ. ಸಕಳೇಶ್ವರ ದೇವ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದವರೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇ ಅಪ್ಪಿರಯ್ಯ. How beautiful words he has used. These examples he has given. Jyoti muttida bhatti alla jyoti appudaya. Bhatti means wick. Cotton wick. It's an object, not light. Object. If Jyoti flame touches the wick, what happens? The Jyoti touches the wick. The wick is touched by the Jyoti. What happens? The wick becomes Jyoti. Jyoti appudaya. Jyoti muttida batti alla Jyoti appudaya. If the flame touches the wick becomes Jyoti, light itself. Its hardness is gone. It completely disappears and it becomes a light itself. See how beautiful is the simile he has given. Very beautiful. Next he says, Sagarava muttida nadigalella Sagaravappavaya. A river flows for days and days and gets into the ocean. What happens? What happens? Now there is no Krishna. There is no flowing. There is no form. Name is gone. Form is gone. Flowing has stopped. Now what has happened? Krishna doesn't cease to exist. It becomes the ocean itself. In Krishna there was a water. The water is still there. And this water has become one with the water of the ocean. Now you can't say this is a Krishna. Now you can't say this is Godavari. No, names are gone. But whatever was there is still there. Whatever was there is still there. Water was there, it is still there. But now there is no name for the water. And you cannot distinguish or tell which is Krishna, which is ocean. Everything has become ocean itself. Jyoti muttida batti alla Jyoti appudaya. Sagarava muttida ನದಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಗರವಪ್ಪವಯ್ಯ. Just observe it. Think of it. Next he says, ಪ್ರಸಾದವ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಸಾದವಪ್ಪವಯ್ಯ. If an object is offered to God, the object becomes prasada. Before offering, the food was yours. And after offering, the food is not yours. It is now of God Himself. It comes from God. Then we say, this is a prasada of Sakaleshwara. Sakaleshwara Dev. This is a prasada. Prasad. Padarthavella prasada vappudaya. Whatever is offered to God becomes a prasada, not yours, but you are enjoying it. A fruit, for example, is offered to God. And after offering, you take it back as a prasada. You give it as a padartha, you take it back as a prasada. This is the change. This change is not the physical change. Its color doesn't change. Its sweetness does not change. Nothing changes. But only the way of looking at the fruit changes. Now we don't think that the fruit is mine. Now I think that the fruit has come from God Himself. God's fruit it is. He has touched it. Now I have to enjoy it not as a mango fruit, but as a prasada coming from God Himself. This is how we have to offer things. Everything must be made prasada. Man, you are here and you have to enjoy the life. It means you have to see the beauty of the world. You have to hear the sweetness of the sounds. You have to food, you have to partake. But think that they are all prasada for you. Rupa prasada, Shabda prasada, Rasa prasada, Gandha prasada. Yes, wonderful, isn't it? Gandha prasada. Here is the flower. I am smelling the fragrance of the flower. This fragrance is prasada of God. If I think so, even after enjoying the flower, I don't get disturbed by the thoughts of mine and mine. Now the flower is not mine. The fragrance is not mine. They are of God Himself. I have not created them. Nobody can create a flower. Plastic flowers you can create. But there is the world, wonderful world, the creation or the manifestation of the divine. And everything that is there comes from God Himself. Therefore, when you just touch this flower, He says, Sakalesha Madarsa says, feel that you are touching God Himself. If you smell the fragrance of the flower, feel that you are smelling God Himself. How beautiful is this experience of enjoying the presence of God through your eyes, through your ears, through your heart. Just enjoy it, man. We are here to see, to eat, to drink, do anything, but feel that there is a God in those things, in the form of those things. This was his philosophy, very beautiful philosophy. Next he says, ಲಿಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಪಿತವಾದ ಪದಾರ್ಥವೆಲ್ಲ ಲಿಂಗವಪ್ಪುದಯ್ಯ, ಅಂಗವೆಲ್ಲ ಲಿಂಗವಪ್ಪುದಯ್ಯ. This is anga. And there is a linga. Linga prasada. What is this? Anga is a linga prasada. If the linga touches the body, body becomes a linga itself. The whole body is a linga, man. Linga vappu, just a touch, and the whole body becomes God Himself. Means here is God within the body. Next he says, Sakaleshwara Deva, just to see. Those who have come in contact with you, who love you, they become you yourself. Think of God, and you are God Himself. Feel that God is there around you. He is everywhere. If you think that this flower comes from God, comes from God. Simple. This is how we have to live in the world, singing and playing on instruments. He was a great singer. And God is there in the beauty of the music, in the beauty of the colors, in the beauty of the fine feelings. That is God, man. Experience Him in every object. If you are eating a bread, think that bread has come from God Himself. Maybe you have made the bread. Don't worry. But you need not give anything to lose anything. Just change the way of looking at the object. Your bread is your bread. But now it is not your bread. You are the eater. Now you just eat it as a prasada. First you have to work to make a bread. Then you have to offer it to God. Then partake of it. Now think that you are eating prasada. This is how we have to divinize the life, the spiritualization of our life. Just changing the way of looking at the things. Very simple and very beautiful, very effective method he preached. Sakaleshwara Deva. Sakaleshwara Deva. Everything is a God, man. Nothing is a non-God. Every feeling is offered to God. You have to offer every feeling to God. You feel that you are happy, offer it to God. You feel that you are not happy, unhappy, offer it to God. Then take it back as a prasada. Unhappiness is there. Let me enjoy it as a prasada of God. Happiness is there, enjoy it as a prasada of God. This is how he was looking at the world, at his own life. This is what he did all his life. And he said, man, become a musician, a singer inside you. Your heart must be singing always. Fill your heart with melodies, with sweet ragas. Man, don't cry. Thinking that there is so much suffering in the world. There is light, man, Deva light, man. And it comes from God Himself. Therefore, don't worry about what you are seeing or doing or smelling. Everything contains the element of the divine. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Ishavasya. Yatyatta nodidadattatta nine. Sakala vistarada ruhu nine. How beautiful are the words. Man, you are God Himself and you are here on the earth to live as a God Himself. You are God. You are not going to be God, but you are God this very moment. You are God. And what is to be done if this kind of a feeling is to be installed deeply in your mind? Just change the way of looking at the world. It is Mahaprasada. If everything is Mahaprasada, then I can't remain without being a prasada of God. If everything, beauty is God, for example, if this is of a God, when I see the beauty, God fills my eyes. Simple. Every moment we are experiencing the presence of God. We are experiencing Him in many forms, in the form of sound, in the form of color, in the form of fine feelings, in the form of thoughts. These are the prasada. This is what Sakalesha Madarasa did in his life. This was his philosophy. Very simple, beautiful, melodious, sweet philosophy. Now it is 7. It is a very sweet moment because it comes to an end. Now you can go to your houses, but to feel that there is God everywhere, and whatever you see is prasada. Whatever you hear is prasada. Just make your whole life Prasadita means blessed. And feel the presence of the divine within you, without you, and everywhere in the world. Well, let me offer pranams to you again. Now you can go. Here, celebration is going on. And you have to come here, partake today. It is a beautiful day today, wonderful day. Calm, quiet, wonderful. Here is a Nagara, city. Here there is no Nagara, no Shabda, no noise, no disturbance. Just sit here and enjoy the presence of the holiness. He was a great master whose birthday we are observing today, was a great saint of the world, enlightened saint. His whole life was very, very, very holy. Therefore we say, Holy Master, so clean his mind, so enlightened his thoughts, and his way of preaching was very wonderful. Some of you might have enjoyed the word. Very beautiful. Keeping you always laughing. And today we are remembering him. And you have to remember just to fill your mind with the joy of remembering. There is so much ananda there. Now you go to the samadhi. There they worship. And you have to take part in it. And after that, prasada. Therefore I said, Jivana prasada, not yours. You have prepared the food, but now you are not the owner of the food. You are taking prasada. And once you take the prasada, your life becomes a prasadita.